You are stupid. Your work is absolutely worthless. Make sure you wear girls' undies under your sports dress. I'm going to check it out. Have you kept your nail polish on? Why haven't you? You were supposed to. I told you to do that. Okay, you didn't do that, so here comes the next one. I want you to wear a colorful hairband to school every single day of this week. These are all a few examples of bullying. Bullying can have such long-term impacts on our lives that today's video is all about what happens to children when they are bullied between the ages of 8 to 13 and how you as a parent can make the change in your child's life and make it so much more comfortable. Welcome to Kanika's Corner. I am a counselor with 15 years of experience and I have 2 young children, and this channel is all about my experiences throughout my life. There's a real subtle difference between just being the butt end of some jokes and you are happy to do it, and being bullied. And that fine line is if you don't want to participate. Observe the situation for a few days and see if there is a pattern to when their behavior changes. Put it down into a notebook, and then having that discussion with your child makes it so much simpler. If you suspect that the bullying is happening in a particular place or at an activity, drop and pick up your child from there. It helps them feel a lot more secure and it starts the process of stopping the bullying. Most children who are being bullied don't want everyone to know about it. Have a one-on-one conversation with your child. This is difficult, I know, but it is important that we give our child space, that if they say, I don't want to talk about it now, we respect that. Sometimes when we are being bullied, we feel ashamed that it's actually happened to us. So give it a few days, take a break, don't talk about it, and then bring it up at a different time and location. At that point, talk about bullying and bring it up saying you suspect that your child is being bullied. Is that true? When your child is being bullied, they're not sure if it is okay to talk about it or not. Let your child know that bullying is not okay. Assure your child that bullying can go away. Tell them that both of you are going to sit down together, you're going to brainstorm ideas, and you're going to come up with things that will stop the bullying. Everyone put together can ensure that the situation becomes much better. As parents, we're usually rushing around, doing different things. So it's very important that we choose a time where we're not being constrained by, I'm thinking of this and I'm thinking of that. Because our child has to feel like they are truly being heard. So choose a time, choose a location where you know that it's just you and your child. It's not 100 other things pressing on your mind, and your child is going to feel like confiding in you. If the bullying is happening in school, have a conversation with the class teacher or the concerned teacher first. If you feel like you need to report it to the school, let your child know ahead of time so it's not a surprise. Schools have detailed protocols in place and will be able to take care of the situation very comfortably. As the adult in the equation, going up to the child who is bullying your child will actually make the situation far, far worse. The opposite happens. The bullying will continue. The bullying can become more subtle. The child can become quieter and quieter. And we've actually made the situation much worse by being the adult, walking up to the child who's bullying and saying, stop bullying my child. This generation of children are really smart, and you can count on your child to have thought of some solutions to the problem of bullying that he or she is facing. So let's ask them first. Sit with me, let's discuss some options. What do you think will work to stop the bullying that's happening to you? Sometimes we just have to give them that little bit of extra push and they will come out with all the ideas. When the child feels that they are in control, you will see magical things happening. You will find that they feel powerful, that they feel like they can deal with the situation. And stopping the bullying process is far easier when the child tells you the solution. I was going through extensive counseling in my teens, and that is when we figured out that I was being bullied. We had just shifted back from Dubai. My skin tone is fair. I couldn't speak Kannada as well, and I was ripe for being picked on. And they did it mercilessly. A lot of my classmates, would find ways of calling me names. They would do these little stunts, and when I brought it up to my teachers, they said, no, we're not seeing it, sorry. I don't think you're being bullied. But that is the thing about bullying, right? It is subtle. And most people cannot make out that it is happening. Therefore, I keep saying that it is what the child can do about bullying that makes a big difference to the situation. So I went up to my classmates who were bullying me, and I was terrified, right? I was shaking in my boots. These were people I had not necessarily spoken to before, but here I was needing to talk to them and say, I know what you're doing. Can you please stop? Because it is not helping me. Amazing, they thought they were just having good fun. And when they realized that I was being hurt by it, they stopped. I've been catching up with my school classmates over the last decade. There's none of that negativity is there in our interactions anymore, because I dealt with the bullying at that point. We are all peers at this point. There's no one who has extra power and I am not the weak one. I think that is, a long-term happy consequence of dealing with bullying at the point when it is happening and, truly closing the case of it. That was in my case. I've dealt with cases where the bullying was very intentional, that the other child wanted to hurt this child who's being bullied, and therefore just explaining to them that it hurts makes them feel like, hey, wow, it's like the child who's bullying is like, hey, my objective is done. So that is usually a first step, that we talk to this child who is bullying. But what will also help is to strengthen the child who is being bullied. Okay, you empower them, you get them to do martial arts, you get them to build on their self-esteem, and then no matter what taunts are thrown out at them, they won't be as affected. And when the bullier has no strength on the bullied, that is when the whole cycle will break, and then the bullier is like, what happened? I tried this, it didn't work, no effect. Okay, let me go on to the next person. Building your child's self-help skills is as important a part of the process, right? Making them feel good about themselves, talking about their good points. This makes a big difference when you're being bullied and you think that, you're not good at anything. Everyone else has power and control over you. Now, this is the top of the tree. And here we look at what we like about ourselves. Truly think about what you like about yourselves, not what others have told you about. The first thing we do as parents is to beat ourselves up, right? That why didn't we catch this earlier? And my constant refrain to all the parents is, don't put your energies on the whys. Let's focus on what we have to do now, how to get your child feeling better. And if we put all our energies into that, we will resolve the situation much faster. If your child was being bullied and you did something that worked, please do share it in the comment section below. It's going to help a lot of us. I'm going to talk about what a parent can do when their child is the bullier, right? In a few weeks, I'll put up an episode on that. As a parent, you now have the tools in your hand to help your child out if they're being bullied. If you're finding these videos useful, please do subscribe, spread the word, and thank you for watching.